Sorry. Go ahead.
The first question is, has the Supreme Court made a good decision in applying the First Amendment to school issues?
I say yeah, because like in a Tinker case, yeah, in a Tinker versus Death case, the school tried to punish the kids for basically doing a peaceful protest by wearing black armbands, and then the court said that it was a freedom of speech and they had a right to do so, especially because they weren't being disruptive while doing it. So yeah, they didn't do nothing wrong.
I say they did a good job. Yeah, I think they made good decisions of applying the First Amendment to school. It's people like some things, I don't know how to explain it, but some things people do, they think they can just get away with it, and that's not true. And they feel as if when it goes to the court or the government, it's like they can't tell you what to do type of situation, but it depends on the situation that it is. Instead of them just, oh, we're the government, we can tell you what to do. If that makes sense. Like the Rachel School District, this one, where they was talking, where the boy was talking about sexual things and stuff, the court said the schools as instruments of the state may determine that the essential lesson of civil and mature conduct cannot be conveyed in the school that tolerates lewd, indecent, or offensive speech, and conduct such as indulge in by this confused board. So basically, the school took it to the court because he was saying inappropriate things in school that wasn't supposed to be said, and it wasn't school related. So they said they didn't take matters into their own hands, but they did something about the situation instead of just letting it fly over their heads and just say, oh, he's a little boy, he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah.
I remember you understand what you were saying. So can you explain the last part of what you mean?
What you mean?
Summarize
Maybe.
what you just said.
So I'm trying to come up with a specific question, right? If anyone else has, do you have a specific question for her? Okay. So you started off by saying yes. Some people kind of, I think you're saying sort of on the down low, some people try to get away with things, right?
Yeah.
And the court said that behavior is not acceptable. Schools can do something. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you cited the indecent speech, and maybe is this where you're confused? You said instead of saying something, the court said something else. Can you just
They basically just saying since I'm saying I don't know how to put it, but they basically saying just because he's a little boy and he's right, that he should be punished for at least some of the behavior that he did, but it shouldn't be such a big problem. He should be at least corrected for his behavior instead of oh, he should be expelled from school or something like that. That he should just have somebody explain to him that those are the words he shouldn't be using in school and the stuff that he shouldn't be saying in school because it's not school appropriate, it's not appropriate for a child, period.
So basically what you're saying is you feel like he's too young to be punished, but he's old enough to be taught.
basically.
Well, what she just said, like, that changed my answer a little bit. It's like, they made the good decision. Wait, we just talking about the First Amendment. Okay, so with the First Amendment, I feel like, yeah, they make good choices, but like, in generally about the whole situation, it depends on the situation. Like, when she just said, how they try to make it seem like since he's a little boy, he really shouldn't be punished as he should. Like, they should make a big deal of it when he getting punished for it. Like, I feel like that's something like that's not okay, and they should like actually take action and do something about it because he gonna have the mindset of, oh, they're not making a big deal of it, so it's okay for me to keep doing it.
Exactly. Like, it's like, they can, like, I'm not saying like not everybody have parents, but they can take it to somebody that's his guardian or something and talk to him about what he did instead of just, like I said, expelling him from school because of what he said. He should have, like, they should tell somebody at home or something, or themselves as an adult, teach him that those aren't the right words for school, and that he should understand that his mindset shouldn't be there at a young age.
Okay, so I think I want to step in to just like clarify something. I think what we're saying is that free speech is not an issue all by itself.
Yeah.
And you think that the Supreme Court has respected that, and that its decisions about free speech and young people have been appropriate because they're not just looking at free speech, they're also looking at the need to teach people, to develop, or what's the word, to grow, help people grow. Is that what, so are we taking this discussion and we're saying you can't just look at, when you're talking about schools, you can't just say free speech. You have to always say something else?
No. And because I feel like ain't this we talking about high schools, right? Well, it's just schools, period.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in freedom of speech, they can't be used against everything, but it can. You know what I'm saying? Like for some stuff. Like if they constantly doing it, then yeah, they should be suspended or something. But like that's why it's called the school code of conduct, and you're supposed to read over it so you can know what to do and what not to do. So in case your mother do want to take the school to court or anything, they should have read over the school code of conduct before they even try to take anybody to court.
You done? Like, that's what I was basically saying. Like, it can't be used to justify every action because then they're going to feel like, oh, I can get away with everything. But, like, certain stuff, like with the peaceful protests and stuff like that, the school shouldn't suspend students because they peacefully protesting. It's not like they going around slapping stuff over and doing all that extra stuff. But it's like, if I say I'm going to shoot up the school, then, yeah, the school should, like, look into that, and then the court should like actually do something about it, because even though I got freedom of speech, that don't make it okay for me to just say that.
I agree.
I agree with you, man. That's what I was, the reason I was wrong is I was trying to tell Brianna about that. Not, like the Supreme Court, like I was telling with the Supreme Court make decisions are kind of irresponsible but responsible at the same time, because they take certain cases and then they just push it to the side like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like in the case Bethel? No, it's not that one. It's in one of the cases we was reading with the McDaniel one. Like, they put his case to the side because he was bringing law enforcement to it. And they wasn't trying to make a big deal out of it because he was suing them for something they had a right to do. And they kept, like, and they did it with Bethel too. And Bethel, when the boy was, he says like he saying some hurtful things to the girl, which could come off as a hate crime in the law now. Like they just put them to the side like it is nothing. But with like cases like Tinker, they got they kept, suspending kids and stuff because they was trying to do something. They felt like they ain't had nobody had a point to be offended or they shouldn't got in trouble with. Like in the little case with one of the ninth graders, she had posted that she was mad she didn't get to join the cheerleading team for varsity, and she posted something about her feelings, and they got mad and they suspended her for a year, which was not necessary because she didn't hurt nobody, and she didn't mean it to come off in that certain type of way. And then Tinker, they was trying to just protest, and they was peacefully protesting, and they got in trouble for it when they didn't have no intentions to hurt anybody doing it.
Okay, like, in Hazelwood School District, I feel like they did not handle that a good way because, like, just because a student posted about students' pregnancy, that don't mean they can't post whatever they want. If it's outside of school, and it's not really related inside school, they should be able to post whatever they want. Like, if it's not related to harming the school or anything, any type of way, they should be able to post anything they want and how they feel about any topic. They shouldn't be judged on something that they feel about a topic just because it's students like that relate to the topic in school.
Can I say something? I would like to add on to what Shania said. Yeah, you right. Plus, that's your opinion on students, and like you said, that's outside of school. Then I want to talk about what Kiana said. Was that Kiana or Michaela when they were saying about I forgot. No, I forgot. Go ahead. I forgot.
Well, can I say something based off of what you said about the teen pregnancy stories and stuff? And in Hazelwood, they upheld, like the Supreme Court upheld it because they thought that the stories might offend people in the school because that was based off the school newspapers. That's in school regular curriculum. That's what they do. And they don't want them stories about people divorced parents or student pregnancy in the newspaper because it's going to cause a corruption in the school.
Can I say something?
Wait, I want to hear, were you going to say what you thought about that?
Yeah. Like, wait, what you mean? Like, I thought...
Your opinion about whether that was the right thing to do, to say.
Yeah, I thought it was the right thing to do because like I said, it might be offensive to people because what if they don't want their business out there in the whole school to know in the school newspaper, and it might hurt them, make them want to like leave the school and stuff like that because they're talking about their business.
But I got something to say. If it's already in the school newspaper and every student getting a school newspaper, their business is already out there. They just saying how they feel about it around that topic.
That's why they have. That's why they edit. That's why they have.
So that means they should not be passing out school newspapers because that's telling somebody else's business instead of them telling students to delete posters that they already been published school newspapers about.
It's like angle based off like realistic stuff that goes on now, and like that happens because it's like when people do the newspaper, like they find anything to make gossip and stuff. Even though like some people would say like people would put their business out there, will tell a certain person, and then they trust that person, but that person probably went off and go talk to somebody else, and that's how the stuff is still around. But like I feel like they did have a right to like take that down, but I still agree with Shania. It's like, what if your business was already out there? Even though you probably told like one person and that person told somebody else, and now y'all just know, but now other people around you hearing them, now they all over the school and on the news and internet stuff. Now like you can't do nothing about it because it's already out there. Even though they took it down and stuff, people still know about your business. And it's like, that's what people gotta realize. They gotta keep some stuff to themselves so they can't, how their business all everywhere. Because you just can't go out and be like, oh, no offense to nobody, oh, I'm pregnant and tell anybody. And then what if that's not true? Now, everybody thinks you're pregnant and all this. Now it's all these rumors going around, and now you getting bashed and all this, and the true woman is not even true.
Can I say
Okay.
something?
Okay.
Wait, well, hold on, I wanna make sure I get everyone in who has, because there's still three people. Riley, I don't think has talked either.
I feel like the Supreme Court made good decisions in applying the First Amendment, but also they sometimes don't. Okay, so they made good decisions with, like, for example, the Tinker case, because like how Kiana said, the kids, they wasn't doing nothing, but they was having a peaceful protest. They wasn't going around terrorizing or rioting, starting fires up inside the school trash cans and stuff. They was peacefully walking around with wristbands showing that they're supporting something. And the school tried to make them hide it because they're saying that it can cause destruction. But it couldn't because it was peaceful. They were just wearing wristbands, and the court understood that. And that's why I felt like they made a good decision, because they let it be known that it was no fear or apprehension of disturbance in the school from them wearing the wristbands.
You said sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Was there a decision you thought was bad?
Okay, so, well, the decision that I thought was bad, okay. So, I mean, it's like what Michaela said, with the expelling the child. They didn't have to expel him. They didn't give him a warning or anything. They just expelled him. They could have had a talk with him and told him that that's not how a young man or anybody your age should be speaking to any other child, especially inside of a school.
Okay, wait, can I ask a question? Because like before she had said her claim or whatever, I want to ask about the little pregnancy thing. Okay, cause I really didn't read it, but I read it, but I really didn't read it. Like I didn't take it into, I didn't really focus on it. Okay, so did somebody post about the pregnancy, or was it in a school newspaper?
It was
It was in school newspaper.
So why did they get in trouble?
No, it was posted, it was stored before it appeared in stupid school news.
Yeah, and that's
So that means it was posted before it
Okay,
came
but-
to the newspaper.
Can I say something?
Get put it in newspaper regardless. So why they get in trouble for posting something?
because it's
Because
on
it's
school grounds.
personal
School can only
privilege, like they
control what
posted
happens.
pregnancy, they posted about parents being divorced and all of that.
So,
One thing,
Wait, hold
I
on.
got a question.
One at a time, Lakila, sorry.
The school can only control what happens in the school. If it happens outside of school, they can control it. But if they bring it to the school and try to put it in a school newspaper, they have the right to edit that out because they don't know how people feel about that.
So I have a question.
wait,
I have
I,
a question. So did the kids that posted it get in trouble, or was it the kids that put it in the newspaper?
Now that's what they should have.
No, I asked a
No, they
question.
was-
You're not
they-
answering it.
it's-
You telling me
It's
I
either
said
way. It didn't get put in the newspaper.
it didn't get put in the
No, it
newspaper?
say they told them to delete it before it got put in the newspaper.
But it was already on social media.
So they
Right.
It was
So it was never
out-
planned to get put in the
It was
newspaper.
out somewhere before it got put in that school newspaper. So somebody was going around, or even if somebody wasn't going around, it
So
went
they got in
around
trouble
somewhere.
they got in
before it-
trouble for.
No, they didn't
Was
get in
it
trouble.
even
They
though
just
we
told
planned to
them
get
do
put in
not
the
post
newspaper?
it. They don't want that child. Or
I
anybody
think,
else
can I
to
say something? I think this is another
It
act.
got deleted before it was put in the.
Okay, let's make sure we hear everyone. I know Kamaya is ready to talk. Asia, can you let Kamaya go first?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was just gonna say that, like, to someone answer your question, Kiana, that I guess the school newspaper, I guess they were doing a story and to bring awareness and stuff like that, but the principal, everything decided that it should be deleted before it do get published on school newspaper because it was already posted before. So.
Okay, thank you.
Are you
So,
gonna give an opinion about that too?
Can I say something on what Lakila said?
Yeah. Oh.
I just want to say, I just want to say, I think it's another act of consent because one, like, it should have been certain rules to what could be posted on the newsletter, and it shouldn't have been nothing really outside of school because one, that could cause conflict and all type of other stuff. It should have been like school-based, like we got tests today, or like this class got a test, or stuff like that. It should have been nothing really outside of school because it's not relevant to school and it really could distract what's going on in school. And then also, teachers and principal administration should have approved and reviewed the newsletters before they be able to be sent out once again. Just like one of the last they talked about. I think it was this one. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't got no name.
The one with
The Daniel Yu, when the boy posted the YouTube video, like it should have been reviewed before it was posted, because especially if it was for his ASB campaign. If he was on student body, regardless of what he was on, it should have been reviewed before, because, like, you know, a lot of people can take anything to offense because people have their own beliefs.
But the thing is, they didn't review it. They still let him run. They still let him go on with it because they didn't want him to get, sue them. They was just trying to stop him from suing them. Even though they had a right to, like, stop him from that video or stop him from posting that video, he still posted it and kept just saying it was not supposed
I'm confused.